Hi everybody, welcome to a mini episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's roller skating with me tonight?
Michael K. Hughes.
Oh, you got, huh?
Yeah, for the minis I don't bring a whole lot.
That's all right. So, actually, this is completely your pick and your idea in a game that you only knew existed before you told me about it. So, why don't you introduce what we're talking about?
We're playing the 2001 Sega Dreamcast game, Canon Spike.
Yep. And
like, three people are really excited right now, and everyone else is like, what the hell is Canon Spike?
And I'm one of them. That doesn't know what the hell Canon Spike is, and I beat this game twice before this recording.
I still don't think I know what it is either.
For those and also, this is also the first Dreamcast game on this show.
Yeah.
Also the first Dreamcast game I ever played.
It's not a deep well to pull from, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, no. But for those that don't know, Canon Spike is a 2000 arcade game that then came out in Dreamcast in 2001. No, also 2000. Yeah, Dreamcast 2000 and Arcade 2000.
Oh, this wiki says 2001, so someone's lying to us.
Okay. 2001 makes more sense, because in this wiki says it came out in North America before it came out in Japan. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to trust your wiki.
Also said it would have been a late Dreamcast game, because I think 2001's when they folded, wasn't it?
You're asking the wrong person. I mean, I do not know anything about Dreamcast, really, other than it came out.
Briefly.
Yeah. It apparently it died 16 months after it came out.
Oof. Discontinued worldwide March 31st, 2001.
Oof. Okay, as I was saying before I got distracted. So this came out. This was made by Psycho. What the hell's the name of that thing? How do you pronounce it? Psycho.
I think it's just Psycho. P-S-I-K-Y-O.
Okay, and it was published by Capcom. So.
Oh, Capcom had something to do with this. That explains a whole lot.
No. I hope you're being sarcastic, right?
That was a joke.
Okay, I was going to say, like, sir, I think you need to recheck something here. Okay, so it's an arcade game that they then ported to Dreamcast, but it's a very odd game. For one, it's a combination of a shooter and a beat 'em up. And if you're as confused as you're just confused by that sentence, it's okay to be confused. I'm confused too.
Yeah, I was confused playing it. I was trying to hold down the shoot button, but the shooting does like piddly damage. And all your big heavy hitters are in the melee.
Except I didn't even know you could do. So the way this game is, whatever direction when you're not shooting that you press, that's the way your character is going to be facing while you're shooting. So you would hit left and then hold down the shoot button, and then keep shooting, and you can drive around, fly around, go left, go right, go up, and you'll keep shooting that same direction. Yeah. If you want to switch directions, let go of the gun and then press the other direction.
Yeah, as long as you're holding the shooting button, you're locked in that direction.
It took me a little bit to figure that out, because I was like, okay, I want to shoot and go backwards. I'm not running into the guy. How do I do this?
Yeah. It's like, it definitely feels like a twin stick shooter, but without that second stick. It feels like it should have been a twin stick shooter.
Yeah. I mean, Dreamcast had 2 sticks.
Mm-hmm. I guess arcade, they couldn't make that happen.
I don't buy that, but I don't. I also you have a strong melee attack and a light melee attack, I think.
Yes.
Okay, I only had one melee attack for some reason, and you also have a light gun attack and a heavy gun attack, which again I only had a light, and you also have a special, which I could not get to work for some reason.
Should we get into your control issues? Get it out of the way.
We should. I had nothing but issues. I couldn't do the special that I knew you could do. I couldn't do so many different things, and I still don't know why. Like, I've beaten this game twice. I mean, I was not playing this on a Dreamcast, let's just say.
Oh, yeah, because if you pull up eBay and search Canon Spike, it goes upwards of $160-something.
As of the time of this recording, there's only one copy on eBay, which is a Japanese copy from Japan for $150. There are no American copies on here.
That's wild.
Well, there is one for $50, but it's a U.S. reproduction. So there's no legit copies on there. There's not even a case. Both cases are reproduction case. Like this, I mean, and like you said, this game goes for over $150 to $200 for a regular copy.
Yeah, actual Wikipedia says it came out November 14, 2000. So it would have had about 5 months until the end of Dreamcast. So there couldn't have been a whole lot of copies out there to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, the last one sold $800, $400, $800. So yeah, it is a super rare game. It is not worth that.
For the 20-minute gameplay time? Nah.
I mean, I'm just looking at eBay, and I had to go through accepted offers and go back in time to see what people paid for this.
That's crazy.
Like, it is not. It is a very uncommon game. Oh, the $800 brand new. That's why I went for that. So much money.
You get a full cabinet for about that much.
Never buy a game brand new like that. Nothing. Not even my favorite game of all time, Chrono Trigger, would I ever buy brand new. Okay, enough of that. So this is it's a very strange game, and also things get even stranger. The list of characters that you play as are King Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, Simone, which is a new character, and Shiba, which is a new character, and then you have 2 Street Fighter characters. You want to introduce those 2, since I know one you like.
Yeah, you got Charlie from Street Fighter Alpha, which who cares? And then you get Cammy, who the game is actually named after. One of her moves is the Canon Spike, which she can actually do in the game, and she calls out Canon Spike as she does it.
I didn't play as her.
You're not doing it right then.
And then it had 2 hidden characters. I don't understand. They're not really hidden. All you do is hit left or hit right, and they pop up. So I don't understand.
Quote unquote hidden.
I didn't get when you said hidden. The first thing told me, "Oh yeah, Mega Man's hidden." I'm like, "Oh okay, that means I got to beat the game." Nope, I just got to hit left.
What I thought, and I'm like, okay, I beat the game, so I'm gonna look up how to unlock Mega Man. It's like, you highlight Charlie and push left. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So Mega Man, and then Baby Bonnie Hood from Darkstalkers. Whoever, I don't know Darkstalkers, unfortunately.
Baby Hood, she's a Little Red Riding Hood parody, but she has big guns and big guys with bigger guns that follow her around.
What he said.
Yeah.
I know nothing about Darkstalkers.
Pretty much everything I know about Darkstalkers comes from Marvel vs. Capcom.
You know more than I do, then.
Because she's in it, and Morgan and Lilith are in it.
Okay, I know Morgan is the vampire-looking thing. I don't know who Lilith is. Is that the cat girl?
No, Felicia's in it too. That's Felicia, and then Morgan and Lilith are sisters, and they are succubi.
So what you're telling me is that if you fight them, they make you think that your mother wanted all the humans to die, was on a cross. You don't get my joke?
No, afraid not.
Symphony of the Night. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Wow.
I tried to make a joke just for you.
Yep, I got it. I'm with you.
So I mean, it has a very random cast of characters that are just Capcom. Like just by seeing the characters, you're going to know that this game has nothing that matters. Like, it's not that kind of game.
No, it's arcade to its core.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story. In the year 20XX, a troubled economy wreaks havoc on the world and terrorism is rampant. So the year is 2020, apparently. That's what the XX is. With warfare spreading to every city, people live in constant fear. It's just missing the part where it says pandemic is running the world. And then it'd be 2020. But it's just, like, again, it's an arcade. Like you said, it's an arcade game. It doesn't matter. It just run and shoot and kill things.
Slap roller skates on everyone and go out and shoot things.
And this is actually, I mean, the game in the arcade and the Dreamcast is a 2-player game, though, too. So, I mean, this probably would have been fun playing 2 players.
Yeah, I could see that.
And the game's broken up in, like, 12 missions, and each mission you have to kill X amount of enemies before then the boss comes and the game keeps going. And and you said you wanted to mention the level, the way that the game does difficulties.
Yeah. So what is there? I think there's 10 levels, and the very lowest difficulty is actually called Baby. And that was when I knew that we had to talk about this game, because I love me some stupid baby difficulty, and this one is actually called that.
It's not too. It's got a little bit of challenge to it. Like, I had to play somewhat intelligently. I couldn't just sit there and do nothing.
Yeah, like, I didn't even bother trying to harder difficulties, because, like, I struggled enough. Well, struggle's not the right word, but...
There is a lock-on, too, by the way, which I never used.
What? Yep, didn't know that.
I pressed it, I found the button, I didn't actually use it, but I'm watching a video right now, and he's actually using it.
Well, there you go, you used one thing that I didn't use.
Okay. And this game has tons and tons of bosses. Like, every level has 2 to 3 bosses that really aren't... I don't know, I don't think they're from anything, really.
No, they just seem like they're all thrown together. Which is kind of a bummer, with all the cast of characters coming from all the different Capcom franchises. Like, why not just go full bore and pull a Breath of Fire stage in, or I guess there's kind of a Resident Evil stage. You got the robot zombies with the Dobermans running around.
I mean, the Dobermans are straight up Resident Evil, and they even call the enemies BOWs, which is a Resident Evil thing.
Oh, yeah.
But there's nothing like from Resident Evil. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, why wouldn't you just put Tyrant in, or just something?
Make the boss nemesis for that stage.
Tyrant. First one.
Yeah, well.
But something. There should have been something, like some kind of nod to this franchise when it's Capcom. But that was odd to me. It didn't.
Yeah.
You have 2 Street Fighter characters. You have a Darkstalker character. You have Mega Man, and you just have random levels and you fight a lot of mechs for some reason too in this game.
Yeah, there are a lot of robots.
I don't know why.
Combat the terrorist robot soldiers, according to the wiki story. I think it's just one of those turn of the century censorship things where we're just shooting robots. They're not actually people.
I mean, that was a thing. Like there's a Contra game, Hard Corps, where you fight robots in the Japanese version.
Yeah, and then Europe it was Probotectors, where everything is a robot, even the.
Oh, maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. So it's the mech fights are fun. I mean, they're interesting. All the bosses are kind of like normal shoot 'em up fair. They fly around, shoot things at you, dodging. But it was fun. Like I had a good time playing this game.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the giant wheel boss. I think his name is actually just Giant Wheel.
Big Wheel Dragon. Or Giant Wheel Dragon, something like that, yes.
They all have stupid, ridiculous names.
And also, you fight a Balrog with claws in this game.
Not boxing gloves?
No, because apparently it's Vega, but they call him Balrog. It literally supposed to be Vega.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't just call him Vega, but I think Balrog might have been his original name, then it was changed to Vega when it came to America.
Yeah, there's something with M. Bison, Balrog, and Vega where everyone switched names, because Balrog, as we know him, the boxer, was supposed to be M. Bison, because he was Mike Tyson parody.
Oh, wow, that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, like they swapped all the names. Like I don't know the whole story. I don't even know if that's right, but that's just what I remember.
It sounds right.
Yeah.
I believe you. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts for something.
I never heard of the story, but it seems like something that could be true. That's interesting. I'm not a big Street Fighter fan. Like I know you're a big Cammy fan for some reason. I thought you were a Street Fighter fan, and I found out no, just Cammy.
No, Cammy and Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Because I was like, oh, so you must be, in the Street Fighter, because soon as I think one reason you even played this game because Cammy was in it.
Yeah, well, I knew Cammy and Mega Man were in it.
Oh, I didn't even know this game existed until you texted me about it.
I don't even remember how I heard about it. Because I know I had a friend that had a Dreamcast, and he had a bunch of burnt games for it, but like... Oh yeah, because if you don't know, you can just burn games. You don't have to buy anything for the Dreamcast.
You could do that on 360, too, until they patched it. I had a friend who did that with all his 360 games. And then one time he logged online when he shouldn't have, and they updated the system so you could never connect online again with your system, and it also corrupts every profile put on there.
Oof.
So you can never keep any of the achievements or anything you got from that. You can play the game, but you can't go online. You can't do achievements.
Yeah.
So
damn.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a small paragraph here that kind of explains the Street Fighter names.
Okay.
It's kind of a tangent for this episode, but we brought
fine.
it up. So, in the Japanese version of Street Fighter II, the boxer character who we know as Balrog is actually called M. Bison. This was intended to be a reference to Mike Tyson. The dictator character we know as M. Bison is called Vega in Japan, with the Spanish matador name being Balrog. These names were all switched around the international editions of the game due to fears of a lawsuit from Mike Tyson's representatives when the game was released in America. So, yeah, apparently that's right.
Weird. Okay. This seems strange to me.
Bison is such a commonplace name, and he was actually a boxer, not a dictator.
It makes more sense now. I learned something new. I don't know. I mean, now I can never going to look at M. Bison the same way. So this game broken up into 10 different levels, and they're all kind of the same thing. They're just run and gun levels. Or not even run and gun, you're in like one room and you fight enemies. Yeah. And sometimes you go into a second room and fight more enemies.
It's very rare that even more enemies spawn. Usually they're all in the room with you.
I would say some more do spawn.
Yeah, I know the snowy outdoor level, more of the flamethrower guys come out.
They're annoying. They're
great.
Really annoying. And also I realized by playing this game, because we just played Mega Man X, not too long ago, which you heard a while ago, but I realized that I don't like original Mega Man. I like X Mega Man so much more.
It doesn't help that he's got the little kid voice from Mega Man 8 in this.
Yes. I don't like it. I use Mega Man first because I love Mega Man.
Yep.
And it kind of was an issue because I didn't know all the other abilities you had in this game, so it made the game a lot harder.
Yeah, his heavy ranged attack is the tornado hold from Mega Man 8, from Tango Man.
Okay. And don't forget his special where he rolls with a ball and rolls into the enemy, because that's what Mega Man does.
Man, that annoyed me so much. Like,
I mean, they couldn't choose from 8 games worth of weapons. No, we better have him roll, because that's what Mega Man's known for.
Huge swath of weapons, and they just have him roll up into this energy ball and just roll around the stage.
Yeah. What? So, it's just a very strange game. I mean, there's one level you fight in a swamp and you fight a crocodile for some reason.
Yeah, like you do.
But one thing that is kind of nice, like in arcade-wise of the game, they give you a decent amount of health, at least in this game. I mean, when you play this on any difficulty besides Baby, you lose a lot of health when you get hit, but they give you a decent amount while you're killing enemies, which I thought was kind of nice.
It almost felt like there was compensating for a home release. It's not meant to be a quarter muncher anymore, so they just pump up the drops. I
mean, if you play this on normal, it's still a quarter muncher, I think. Okay. Not as bad. You also get a decent amount of health, I felt, for an arcade game.
Oh, totally.
And from what I've read about this game before we did this episode, it's a straight up port. Like, they didn't do anything to it. So it wasn't like this is what the arcade game was.
Apparently, it was called Gun Spike in Japan.
Yeah, but this one was named after Cammy for some reason.
Yeah, she's the main character.
She kind of is, isn't she?
Yep.
You're not even kidding. That's the part I was like, wait a second, he's not joking.
And then her ending is like saving a cat from the exploding facility.
And Arthur, if we had mentioned King Arthur is in this game from Ghouls and Ghosts, and I didn't know this, but apparently, like when you pick Arthur, you see him in this giant gold armor. He's in a mech. When you beat the game with Arthur, his ending is him jumping out of his mech, and he's in his boxers floating.
Interesting.
I only saw it because he apparently is the best character for speedrunning because he is the strongest character in the game.
Oh, so he's
slower.
The strong, slow guy.
Yeah, which I know you don't. You're kind of like me. You don't like the strong, slow guys either.
I guess that makes Cammy the Mario.
Probably, yeah, because she's the main character. That would make sense. I mean, Mega Man was kind of a fast person.
Yeah, him and BB Hood, probably the quick ones. And the Saba? Is that his name?
Shiba?
The guy? Shiba, yeah.
I'm watching them right now, but I don't really know. But also, this game is obsessed with everyone having roller skates or hoverboards or something of that nature.
For ultimate mobility, says the wiki, they're specialized motor boots. Capital M, capital B. Did we mention this was an arcade game?
And later on, as you play through this game, like you have bosses that you'll beat a boss and they'll go into another mode and another mode. Like you fight a guy in a snowboard at one point as a boss.
Yep,
it's fun.
Yeah, I like that stage.
And I'm not a fan of shoot 'em ups. Like I don't like shoot 'em ups. I don't like these style of game. But this game kind of surprised me for a game I never knew existed.
It's not very bullet hell. There's a couple of bosses that kind of pepper out shots, but it never feels overwhelming like Ikaruga or something.
On baby difficulty, no. But from what I've noticed, the shots are kind of the same compared to what we saw. It's just the enemies take more hits and do more damage type of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like you also think that they would have more not original characters. Like one of the bosses that you fight besides Vega, you fight a guy that shows up multiple times, a guy named Kabuki. And I was like, oh, Kabuki must be from something. Nope, he's a big fat guy in a turret that is just a brand new creation for this game.
That's so weird. Like I said earlier in the episode, if you're gonna go far enough to have a big crossover, just go full bore and everyone be from something.
Yeah, even like the final type bosses, you fight a beauty cat lady is her name. She's not from anything but this.
Yeah.
And she turns into a demon. Like, yeah, that was terrible. But
like you could be fighting all the villains from across Capcom's franchises.
Yeah. I mean, and this is a mech game. You could have easily put in some Mega Man mechs or Dr. Wily or so many things.
Or Armored Warriors.
No one gets that joke, so people listen to the show enough. But I mean, nothing. It feels like a missed opportunity to me.
Absolutely, that was my biggest takeaway. It was kind of bummed me out.
I just don't get it. But I mean, for interesting, it's just an interesting little game. Like I mean, and also like a lot of the robots that you fought to me looked just like they were Shinra troops from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
I know they're not, but I got those kind of vibes from it.
There was one boss where you fight the three like humanoid robots all at the same time.
Yes.
The blue one looked like some kind of X clone of Mega Man X.
Okay, I can see that.
It had the general shape anyway.
Yeah, they did. And you fight Vega like 3 times in this game too? Or 2? No, maybe 2 times.
Yeah, because the second to last stage is kind of a boss rush. So there's 2 bosses you mentioned that show up multiple times.
Yeah, Kabuki and Vega, or Balrog in this game. Because after you kill a boss, or you beat these bosses and they show up, their name now is Revenger. Like, I guess they're dead or something?
Or they're getting revenge because they lost before?
I didn't get it, but I mean, again, it's a beat 'em up, shoot 'em up. It doesn't matter. And I also was surprised how useful the melee attacks are in this game. Like, it is a good idea to get close to someone and just hit them with the melee fast and get out of there. Like, it's a very good tactic.
Because the default controls, at least the emulator I was using, had square on the Xbox 360 controller was like the standard shoot, the light shooting attack, and I'm like, okay, this is my standard attack because it's square. Or square. How is there
X? A square on the standard 360 controller, sir?
It would have been square on a PS4 controller.
I was like, wait a second.
But it's the attack that does the least amount of damage. It's just the constant barrage of bullets. And it wasn't until I got up close and started using melee, I'm like, oh, this is the bread and butter.
And each person has a different melee attack. Like when I played as Simone, she hits harder than Mega Man was because I was using the wrong attack with Mega Man. So there's
a sword.
Yeah, it was much better. And this game also has a lot of like little enemies that you'll have in a room. Even like later on, you have boss fights that are happening immediately, and you have other enemies that are giving you problems by the boss is killing you. Like it's fun. Like I would have loved to have tried this 2 players. I think this would have been a blast playing 2 players.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, we weren't going to even try to find a way to emulate some 2 players because that don't work out so well.
Nah, not unless it gets ported to Steam, which no.
And Capcom, I feel like Capcom could easily port this to something. Like, it is kind of a shame that this game has never been ported. It was an arcade in 2000. It was on Dreamcast. That was it. Period. Done. Gone. Like, it doesn't exist.
Like, make it unlockable in that beat 'em up collection. It half fits that. It's a beat 'em up, shoot 'em up.
Yeah, it could be on there, and it's kind of a pity that this game never made it outside of Dreamcast. Like, it's a forgotten game completely, and it shouldn't be. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that too. Like it kind of makes me a little sad because like when you said this game, I kept calling it by the wrong name. I kept forgetting the name Canon Spike for some reason. Like when I said Cannon Fodder, it wasn't me joking. I honestly couldn't remember.
There is a game called Cannon Fodder. I remember playing it, but I don't remember anything about it.
So and also like in true fashion, the last boss in this game is a mech, and then when you kill him, he turns into a mech on fire or something.
Why not?
I don't know. That's a little bully to hell, but for me, I had extra credits, so I just ran in his face and hit him. But
you could use your special.
Yeah, I couldn't. I could not get it to work. I don't know why. I played this game twice. I looked online for the controls. I hit the right buttons that should have been the right buttons, and nothing worked. So I have no idea.
Emulator issues.
Yeah, I think I set it up wrong. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't think it was. And every character has like an ending that we were mentioning. They're all really brief. They're all like a couple like little cutscenes. Like if you beat a fighting game, the same idea. You just see little like not even cutscenes, little like panels of drawings with text at the bottom, and that's it. Yeah,
comparing it to fighting game endings is on par. That's exactly it.
I mean, there's no canon. None of this matters. It's not that type of game.
So apparently, Shiba was a redesign of a character from a Capcom game called Three Wonders.
Yes, I could not figure that out. And Simone is another new, in quotation, original character. But she's based on a character, Ling Kersoa from Alien vs. Predator, which for people that play it, the girl with orange pants. Someone would get that.
That's her nickname, the girl with orange pants.
It's a good game. It's a good beat 'em up, actually.
I'm sure we'll play it someday.
Yes, we will. So, I mean, you found a random game, and now I can say I played a Dreamcast game. Beat a Dreamcast game for the first time in my life.
Everyone would be like, oh, cool, which one did you play? You'd be like, Canon Spike. They're like, what is that?
Good question.
It's not Sonic Adventure.
Well, there's other ways to play that, but it really, as I said before, it's a pity this isn't anywhere else. There's got to be some reason why they won't move it.
Like we said in the Armored Warriors episode, as much as Capcom loves their sequels, it's a shame that we never saw anything else come from this either. That's not entirely true, actually, because this wiki also says that in Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, one of Cammy's costume is her Canon Spike outfit.
And I guess it's the same outfit?
That's what it says. Or at least one of her costumes.
I feel like it was her regular costume, to me.
Oh, and this?
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know Cammy very well.
Yeah.
It didn't look like anything special.
Yeah, it looked like one of her standard leotard things, but
yeah,
apparently it's different enough. Maybe she had the roller skates in Street Fighter.
Yeah, we don't play Street Fighter apparently.
I guess it changes.
I'm looking at it right now. It looks like her regular costume.
Huh.
So I don't know. Maybe you're right. Just the roller skates are the difference because this is a roller skate game.
I don't know. I'm sure there's enough minute differences that Street Fighter fans could pick it up.
Yeah, but not us.
And when you use this costume, it changes some of her win quotes with Charlie and Vega to reference this game.
Well, okay, now that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, you have to look those up after
There
this.
probably were very few people who got those references, but they did it anyway. I would have loved to have played this game in arcade. This would have been a game that if I would have seen an arcade, I would have put some quarters in and played.
Especially once you see Street Fighter characters and Mega Man and stuff.
No, Mega Man. Street Fighter, I mean, again, Cammy and Charlie, I don't give a shit about either one of these two now. Ryu, Ken, Guile, maybe. Well, Ryu or Ken, but not Cammy and not... I never played any of the Alpha series. I barely even know who Charlie is.
Yeah. Cammy's kind of an odd pull for a main character in a spinoff like this. It's like, why not go with Ryu?
I mean, she is from Street Fighter 2 in the World Fighters, or whatever the hell it's called. One of the other editions of the game, but yeah, she's not a, big known character. She
does kind of have that Black Widow spy thing going on too, so.
Apparently she worked for Bison at first or something and had amnesia in 2, or there's some story. We're not getting
something
there
like
today.
That.
All right, any last things you want to say before we go to Shelf or Box?
I don't think so.
All right, let's go to Shelf or Box, and why don't you go first?
As much as I loved playing this during the 15-minute playtime that it allots, I think it's got to go in the box because it's ultimately forgettable. No one ever talks about this game. And it seems like we said, it feels like a missed opportunity. They didn't do more with the crossover. Kind of bums me out.
And that's why it goes in the box?
Yeah.
Okay.
You pay for your parents' sins. Canon Spike.
This is actually going to go on the shelf for me.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. I beat the game twice, and I was even contemplating playing it. If I would have had time today, I would have played it a third time as Cammy or BB Hood just to play through again before we did this recording. Now you are right. It is a forgettable game, and I won't remember. I'm already forgetting the game as we were talking about it. It's just one of those. It's not very memorable, but it was fun. I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. I would recommend it to people. I would never recommend anybody buy it.
Oh,
but
jeez.
In the words of SNES Drunk, play it any way you can. I would say that because you should play it. You should play it for the 30 minutes. Play through it once. Have fun. If you were able to get two players to sit next to each other, I would love to play this with two people. I think that would
totally
be a blast. And I mean, that's what it is. It's a two-player shoot 'em, beat 'em up game that you play with a friend, and you have a couple beers, and you play for 30 minutes and beat it and had fun. So it's going on the shelf, and someday I hope to introduce it to other people.
Yeah. As soon as Capcom retroactively adds Jill Valentine as a playable character.
That was a missed opportunity.
Oh, yeah, totally.
God, I will not understand the characters picked. Like, there are so many Capcom characters, and the only one that makes sense is Mega Man. That's it. When you're going like through, big characters that Capcom owns, and you're like, all right, we got Mega Man. Who else we got? Well, we already got our A-lister, so let's pick all of the D-listers now. A couple, like the 4 that we're going to have. Maybe, there could be Darkstalker fans out there like, oh man, BB Hood is great, but I'm not a Darkstalker. I've never played a game.
I think she only made the cut because she shoots guns. Like, hey, we need people that shoot guns.
Cammy doesn't shoot guns, but they gave her guns. Charlie doesn't shoot guns. In Street Fighter, they gave him guns. It's not hard to put a gun in somebody's hand and go, here you go, shoot. All right.
Yeah, but like if you put a gun in Ryu's hand, it's going to seem out of place.
He's going Hadoukens the whole time. Hadouken.
I mean, yeah, that would have been cool.
No. Okay, that would have been cool. All right, so yeah, like I said, it's going on the shelf, and I think that's all we need to say about this game. If you play it any way you can, you should play it. Oh, and there also is a speed run, Awesome Games Done Quick, too, if you want to watch it on YouTube, which is worth watching.
Which is going on right now at the time of this recording.
Awesome Games Done Quick?
SGDQ, it's Summer Games.
Oh, yeah, Summer Games, yeah. But yeah, watch. So there's an old clip. Just watch it on YouTube of the one, and it's worth it if you're curious about this game after us talking about it. All right, I think that about wraps up this mini. That went a little bit longer than I expected. I want to thank you for listening to another mini. If you enjoyed this episode, we have plenty of other minis. We have tons of regular episodes for you to listen to. And we also have a bunch of Mega Man episodes you're a Mega Man fan to listen to. We did Mega Man X. We did Mega Man... Powered Up will be out at this time. We did Mega Man 1 and 2, episode 25, and so definitely check those out. We also been going through the MC movies, so there should be a bunch of those out for you to listen to right now. Check those out. We do movies, we do comics, we do lots of stuff. So go through our archive. I'm sure you're going to find something that you're going to like in that list of episodes, because we do everything. And I also want to give an awesome shout out to our awesome intro and outro, courtesy of Bobby, aka Mike Stoney from ZP Bite the Bullet, Song of the Cool Kid Squad. And if you enjoyed this episode, tell someone, tell a friend, tell an enemy. Let someone know that you enjoyed games my mom found and help us grow. Also, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, where I'm constantly posting new images of what's upcoming with the show. All right, I think that's everything I need to say, and we will see you guys all next time.
One last note, Cammy does have the rollerblades in that Street Fighter 5 costume.
Oh, so that's all it is. They gave her rollerblades, because this costume's the same one, I swear.
And knee pads.
All right. There's your answer, guys. The question,
question
you didn't know you wanted to know. All right. For the second time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.